What's up, guys? Welcome back to Breakout Trading. So I'm here in Tofino, Canada, as you can see, on a bit of a surfing trip, and I've been traveling for most of this month, and I managed to have Wi-Fi this morning, so I was able to trade the market. So we're going to be going over that on what I did today. All right. So the first stock I traded today was SINT, and it was actually the leading gapper. It had a 12 million share float and was up 200% pre-market. And the reason I have these two levels marked out here is because this is as high as it went, which is about 370, and then this level here, as you can see, is actually the 23.6 Fibonacci retracement, which lines up really nicely with that whole number of $3. So I knew that would be pretty significant. Sure. Okay. Yeah, so this thing popped up to about 290, pulled back, and then I saw that it blasted through the high of day and into that $3 area. So I was trying to buy the dip for a break over $3. Ended up buying in here, and I kind of sold it as a scratch trade. You can see 286 entry, and I exited at about 283. Half of it, I exited 50 shares here, and then the other 50 up here, just under $3, because the tape was not acting like clean of a breakout. It looked really choppy. And then I actually ended up, oops. I'll put on the 1 minute. It's a lot easier to see what I'm talking about. Okay, so yeah, really big pullback here. Bought it. Didn't really like this big red candle, so I sold half. Then I sold the other half just below 3, and you can see it's trouble around that $3 area. So it ends up breaking even higher, so I try to buy the dip again and then just stop out at break even. I bought it again at 294 with 200 shares and sold all those shares at 291. So kind of a scratch trade there. And then that put me down only about $2 on it actually, but I paid $5 in commission, so I was down about $7. And you know, that was the start of my morning, but that turned out to be a pretty good trade actually, because you can see that it pretty much just sold off all day. So saved myself a bit of headache there. The second one was IDEX. This one wasn't initially on my radar, but I actually started watching it because one of the guys that I'm in the TTG chat room with said that it was holding these highs here from last week. So you can see it around 250. It was having resistance for about 3 days, and then just pre-market today, we ended up breaking above that 254 area and holding it as support. So this thing was kind of due for a nice little run. Also a pretty low float. Oh, actually, no, not a low float at all. 167 million shares, which is something I don't usually trade, but it was kind of the only thing that looked really good today, so that's why I ended up taking it. God, this thing is so hard to use. Okay, so yeah, you can see it drops down here to that 254 area of support, and then it has a really nice recovery initially, and this is when I kind of caught my eye when it broke past that high of day, and then it goes all the way up to $3, has a big pullback, and then consolidates a bit, and then I think that it ends up popping above that high that it put in the morning, and then this is when it kind of started to catch my attention, so I didn't want to chase. So this thing ends up ripping all the way up to about 350. I'm not in it yet, and I'm looking to buy on VWAP and on the high of day. So you got double confirmation of VWAP support and this SR flip support. So waiting for it to pull back, really patient here. You can see there it is. So it comes all the way back down to VWAP and near this area. I scaled into this one, so I initially bought 50 shares, then 100, then another 50, because I didn't know if VWAP would hold as support or if it would go down to 340. I was prepared to add some there too. Or I mean, not 340, 304. Sorry, my bad. But it ends up holding at VWAP for a little bit. I ended up holding this really well, actually. Usually I sell right away, but this one I was really holding on to pretty good. And then you can see I wait a bit and I just sell it in two little lots up there at 330 for about a 17% or 17-cent gain. Yeah, from about 313 up there to 332. So yeah, it's about 17, 18 cents, which is really nice. And then you can see it was pulled back a bit, and I kind of had to I had to drive to this place, so I kind of left it because it looked like it was kind of crapping out. But now that I'm looking back on it, you can see how nicely it held that initial morning high as support. And I left a lot of money on the table on this one because you can see it tests it a bit, tests VWAP, and then it just ends up ripping past the high of day there at 350 and all the way actually up to, see, it has a bit of resistance there at the high of day, and then ends up ripping all the way up to $4, which is the high. So yeah, there it is, $4 high. So really nice move on this. And then I guess some sort of news came out. I was reading when I was just traveling, and it drops all the way down back to that $3.04 area. Once again, though, the high of day, so it's pretty crazy how that works. And then sold off for the rest of the day, as you can see. So definitely left a bit of money on the table there, but I'm also not too disappointed because I was going surfing and I netted, you know, about $25 on the day. So I made 35 on IDEX, lost $2 on SINT, and then paid $10 in commissions. So overall up about, you know, 20, 25, 24-ish bucks. So pretty good day. And I actually have Wi-Fi at the motel that I'm at, so I will be trading again tomorrow. So that's pretty much it for me today. Thanks for watching, and I'll be back tomorrow with another trading day. So adios.